So Michael Andretti and Bobby Rahal navigating the traffic now. Bobby Rahal really pushing Michael Andretti hard through the traffic. Michael Andretti couldn't get past the traffic, and Bobby Rahal took that chance to close the gap and apply pressure, as you can see now. Top camera looking back from Michael Andretti. Bottom camera looking forward from Bobby Rahal. So we go on to the start-finish straight once more again. Bobby Rahal's going to have a look here, but just showing Michael his nose, just trying to put him off, perhaps force him into a mistake, like he did at Surfers Paradise, where Michael Andretti outbraked himself, crashed into the wall, and Bobby Rahal went through to claim second place. Braking into turn 4, down to second gear. And it's through this section here where it's harder to pass for traffic that Bobby Rahal has been closing. So we'll just keep an eye on him through this section here. Harem scarum stuff through the back markers 2 laps ago. Bobby Rahal really taking a 50-50 race to go from one back marker to try and keep up with Michael Andretti. He knows this might be his best chance, the only chance to take the lead of this race. So streak past the grandstand once again. Onto the start-finish straight. Rahal having another look into turn 1. Michael Andretti is going to have to cover it tighter than that if Rahal does a do-or-die move. Just 26 laps to go here at Toronto in 1995. Michael Andretti hasn't won a race in over a year. Bobby Rahal has not won since Nazareth 1992. Both of these drivers in desperate need of a win. Perhaps Michael Andretti even more so. Despite winning 4 of the last 9 races here, he's had a very tumultuous 1995. Bobby Rahal just hasn't quite been able to get on the victory rostrum as he kicks the back out there on the exit of turn 9. Really trying to make sure that Michael Andretti doesn't get away. I think we're going to see Bobby Rahal have a go into turn 1 here. Again, the back end coming round, and well, unfortunately, the braking zone just isn't long enough into turn 1 to get a lot. You really have to be alongside on the straight, I think, to be safely making a move there. And with more than 20 laps to go, perhaps Rahal thinks the time isn't quite right for such an aggressive move. As the two back, Michael Andretti, he's been hit by the back marker, and Bobby Rahal trying to get round Michael Andretti and take advantage. And my goodness me. If Michael Andretti has damage to his car, he's going to be absolutely furious. We're keeping an eye on it, but really took a clout from, I think it was Eddie Cheever who closed the door there. We keep an eye on Michael, but certainly something doesn't seem quite right with Michael's car. It doesn't seem to be handling quite as well. And we'll wait and see if Michael can resist Rahal's advances now. Yeah, and Michael visibly slower through that corner. And Rahal, Michael Andretti just closes the door into turn 1. But yeah, Michael Andretti visibly slower through the last corner now. Whether the alignment of the geometry of the suspension and the steering has been slightly put out by that contact, we wait and see. But I'm sure Eddie Cheever is not going to be Michael Andretti's favourite person after this race. You see a replay of it now. So Danny Sullivan defends from Eddie Cheever, and Michael Andretti decides to take the chance to go through, but well, it's perhaps a bit of a late move there. Eddie Cheever has already committed to taking the line, and I suppose that you might chalk that one up as a racing incident. But as the second time today where we've seen dramatic happenings at the front affecting the lead of this race, of course, Paul Tracy trying to get by Mauricio Gugelmin earlier on, and ironically that time it was Michael Andretti that benefited, but this time Michael Andretti falls foul of the back markers. On board with Rahal here. Michael Andretti gets as close to the wall as he can, but still not able to get out of the way of a turning Eddie Cheever. And Mario Andretti shakes his head, of course. Him and Cheever have had run-ins in the past, and no love lost between those two. And Cheever is still ahead of the leaders here. So we wait confirmation of lap times for the leaders here. But remains to be seen how much they are being held up. Meanwhile, we await confirmation on how close Jacques Villeneuve is after these incidents as well. So here we are, replay. 2 back markers ahead. Michael Andretti just tries to go through, and perhaps that was a gap that was always going to close. But he knows that Rahal has been pressuring him through the back markers, and it's that pressure from Rahal that perhaps induced Michael to make that move. Rahal is a very calculating driver, very clever driver. As we see the top 6 there, and we go for a quick break on lap 77.